Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. I'm Amir Halim. Certain days of the year can feel particularly difficult if you're single, and Valentine's Day is at the top of that list. Many single people feel left out and lonely. Here to tell you how you can cope if you're feeling alone and feeling blue is psychologist Dr. Joti Samra. Welcome to CTV Morning Live. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, and happy Valentine's Day.
To you as well. I was joking with you. I'm like, could you have dressed up for the occasion? But in all seriousness, though, there are people who are dealing with some very difficult emotions right now, very difficult feelings with regards to what everyone's talking about today.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we know, we're kind of in the middle of the dark, gloomy season, right? And a high number of people tend to have lower mood or the winter blues at this time anyways. And you throw this holiday in the middle of it, and all we see is love and happiness and smiling couples everywhere, and it really amplifies for some people if they're single, and the feelings of loneliness that come along with that.
And you said it, you recently wrote a column about this, and you say that love, you know, you can love being single about every other day of the year, except this is the day where you could start to sort of doubt your singledom, because some people out there, you know, there are friends who have good intentions. They want to match them up. But at the end of the day, if someone wants to be alone, they want to be alone. So for those people who are dealing with those sort of, I wouldn't say pressure, but vibes from other people saying, okay, you should be with someone, I can match you up with someone. What's your advice to them, first of all?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think usually that comes from people that are being well-meaning, right? And I do think fundamentally we are social creatures, and all of us thrive off social connection, and that looks a lot of different ways. It can be through friends and family, you know, through coworkers and colleagues, things that we do. But certainly love is a core part of that for a lot of us. I think when family or friends are trying to, you know, do the hookup or, you know, don't be so picky and those kinds of things, unfortunately it puts this kind of pressure and makes people feel worse at times.
Right. So people who are experiencing the blues today, what would your advice be to them to get through today?
My advice is remember that it's just one day, right? And you're going to go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow, it's going to be a different day. Before you know it, there's 364 days that aren't Valentine's, and do something fun. Get together with friends, treat yourself, buy yourself something that's a little indulgent maybe that you might not otherwise do to treat yourself. Within reason, within reason.
Okay, within reason. I like that. You're a doctor at the end of the day. But what about people who are about to go to work right now? They go into their office, there are desks filled with, you know, bouquets. Maybe their desk doesn't have one. How do you expect them to navigate, or advise them, I should say, to navigate those waters?
Well, I would say remember what the kind of fundamental underlying value is behind today, which is really love, right? So think about all the people, things that you have in your life that bring you love, joy, and happiness, and really kind of think of those and respect those and pay attention to those.
Do you think it's harder for women to go through a day like this if they're on their own and not necessarily embracing Valentine's Day than it is for men?
I think it is. I mean, Valentine's is one of those days, you know, I feel sorry for the poor guys that have all this pressure on them, right, about doing the best thing, better than all their, you know, kind of girlfriend or wives, friends are doing. And I do think that women put more value on this. We, you know, as creatures tend to be a little more emotional and a little more sentimental than men on average. Now, it doesn't mean that men aren't affected. Again, really what we're highlighting is, you know, this day where being in a couple is what all this value is put on. And I think that affects men and women.
Good to see you, Dr. Joti Samra. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
And for a link to Dr. Samra's website, all you have to do is go to ctvmorninglive.ca.